Last week was pretty crazy, but we still got news. Let's talk. What up, viewers? What up? What up? Calc Soups here, and today is Friday, October 15th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. Starting off this week with a big launch, we have Back 4 Blood. The spiritual successor for Left 4 Dead is finally here, and it launched on Game Pass. And the cross-platform actually works pretty well. I've been playing with my wife, and she is on PlayStation 5, and I'm on Xbox Game Pass. So the crossplay works pretty easily. You just need like a friend. There's just your normal username, and then a series of numbers. You add them to your Back 4 Blood friends, and then you're able to kind of send invites and talk via in-game chat. So overall, it's been a pretty pleasant experience so far. So really looking forward to playing more of that. The game is currently sitting at a 78 Metacritic, but that really doesn't. I don't think Metacritic on like really big multiplayers or really good multiplayer games really matters all that much. So I think I would go ahead and recommend it. I think it's I think it's a pretty fun game, and it's something to do with 4 friends right now. So if you want to kill some zombies and shoot them up with your friends, I think this is a pretty cool game to jump into. So I don't lend too much credence to the 78 Metacritic, but I'm looking forward to playing this not only with my wife but with other friends as well. So looking forward to getting a 4 stack and starting the zombie slang. Moving right along, Nintendo had another Direct this week. They finally did their spin-off Animal Crossing Direct, and there was quite a lot of content packed into it. I went in pretty hesitant, as most people probably did, that how could an Animal Crossing update have enough content to cover like a 20 or 30-minute Direct? And there was a shload of content. So yeah, I think they're adding farming. There's like, you can grow pumpkins and potatoes and wheat now. They're adding cooking to go with that, so you can like craft really cool dishes to kind of display out on your island. They added a whole new, like, you can design like entire islands for other people. Like that gets you points and gets you access to more stuff to design on your island. They're really diving in on on the creativity front. There's a lot of stuff to do there. They are adding Brewster, like they said they would back in the previous Nintendo Direct. So we've got looking forward to having coffee with friends on their island. They're also adding like yoga. You can have like morning stretches with your island, with the people that live on your island. So that's gonna be fun. And you can actually like stretch along with them. So saw a few articles talking about like Wii Fit, but it's not to that extent. But you can definitely like get up and stretch and go through the motions with your island. So there was just really a lot of content. So I'll have links down below for you to watch the whole thing. But it almost made me want to go back. Like, there's just so much content, and they're also upping the amount of bridges and paths you can have, and all this kind of stuff, making permanent ladders, so you don't have to worry about like, it's just, there was a lot. So I was really surprised by this kind of big and final update coming to Animal Crossing next month on November 5th. On Call of Duty Day. So that's as always, Nintendo doing whatever Nintendo wants, because that's what Nintendo does. But yeah, I think there was a lot of content. Not even all of it was covered, so feel free to click below to watch it yourself. Speaking of Call of Duty, Call of Duty never misses a chance to show off their Nazi mode or their Nazi zombie mode. There's always a zombie mode, so they had a good trailer this week, kind of showing off that you'll have elemental powers while you're fighting the zombies this time. So yeah, I think that was mostly what they were kind of showing off, is these new elemental powers that you could use to fight off zombies. Zombies always something I think that's fallen kind of to the background as the battle royale and the campaign kind of, and the multiplayer kind of take the forefront. But always a fun time to pick up zombies and shoot them in Call of Duty games with your friends. So bunch of stuff to do with your friends coming up, so looking forward to that. Saw a pretty cool trailer this week for Saints Row, the next Saints Row game, which I thought wasn't as far along as it actually was. You know, the trailer I saw that I have down below is only about 2 minutes of like open world gameplay, but it's pretty well open. So they really show you like driving through the deserts and running around the city. So at first I would have thought that this would have been the game that most likely to kind of fall out of Q1 of next year, and I don't doubt that it still can fall out of Q1 next year, but I'm less hesitant about them securing their launch date. So yeah, I'm actually kind of excited, and it doesn't look like it's got the cheesier tone that I usually expect from a Saints Row game. So maybe this one's a little bit more serious. It still's got a really vibrant color palette. So for those, I think for the old fans, I think they'll still enjoy like the color palette and the feel of the game. But I'm excited for a little bit more self-seriousness, which I think they're trying to bring to it, which I've heard that there's been backlash to. So it'll be interesting to see, but hopefully we'll check it out in Q1 of next year. Square Enix has gotten themselves in hot water with their pay-to-win plan coming in. So as part of Marvel Avengers, they are now selling consumable XP boosts that will allow players to earn more XP than they normally would be allowed to do. I think this has upset a bunch of fans who because at the beginning Square Enix had promised that there's not going to be any DLC or paid content other than vanity items, but I think Square Enix is just trying to monetize, and I don't really see too much of a big deal. Yes, I understand that they're breaking their promise, but people have expendable income and they want to level up their characters, and they have more money than time. I think they should be allowed to spend their money, and if you don't want to spend your money, you don't have to. You'll just level up a little bit slower, and the fact that this is happening like a year after launch, like they didn't launch with this, so we can't be upset with it like at launch. It's just you'll be leveling up the same rate as you normally have, and people who want to pay to catch up to their friends who might have been playing for the last year and just now getting into it. Especially with Game Pass, I think Marvel Avengers is coming to Game Pass sometime soon, so that might be another way for people to kind of catch up and get to end game content faster, and to monetize those people potentially. So I'm a little bit of two minds here. Again, like I said, I know that they promised that they wouldn't do anything other than cosmetics, but if people want to pay money to level up, it's not like a PvP game where they have a distinct advantage. It's just they will be able to catch up to you and play at the highest levels with the characters that they have. So yeah, I'm a little bit of two minds about it, but let me know what you think down below in the comments. The Xbox mini fridge is officially available for pre-order next week. It's exclusive at Target. I think that was new information this week. So as much as I want to not tell you when and where it will be sold, because I want one myself, I will tell you this because my journalistic integrity, even though I have no journalistic ethics or anything like that, but yeah, the mini fridge will be on pre-order on Target on Tuesday the 19th of next week. So if you want to pick up your mini fridge, I'm expecting those to sell out pretty quick, so I'm going to have Target kind of on a second browser and be refreshing that as quickly as possible because I definitely want to get my hands on one. The article I read did say that Xbox will continue to produce them. They're producing as many as they can up front, and those will be available. But if you want one, it might slip into next year before you get one. But this isn't going to be a limited edition item. These are supposed to be things that they're going to continue to manufacture and that you'll be able to get your hands on, but might be at a slower pace if you're not quick on the draw. So hopefully you get yours next week if you want one, but otherwise you can either check eBay or wait until they manufacture more. Looking forward to Xbox mini fridges next year, or next week. Hopefully next week, actually, and not next year, but fingers crossed. Also, as part of the Direct, they had the N64 and the Sega Genesis controllers became available for sale on Nintendo Online. I've already pre-ordered my N64 controller, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Also excited to have just an N64 controller back in my life, even though I know it's probably, arguably, the worst designed controller of all time. Let me know if you think differently or if there's another one you can think of, but definitely think the tri-pronged trident N64 controller is the worst. But yeah, so as part of the direct, both of those controllers became available for sale for anybody who wants to upgrade and get the N64 and Sega Genesis Nintendo Online games. They'll be able to use the original controllers to play those games, which should be fun. So that's what I'm looking forward to with my N64 controller. Very excited for next month because G4 TV has finally announced when they will return. They've been kind of hinting at it all throughout summer with their, we've never went away. We've always been there. We never stopped gaming. So G4 is definitely coming. They had an announced trailer this week saying we're coming out on 11/16 or November 16th. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Tech TV was a big part of my upbringing. That was the channel prior to G4 before they merged and then became G4 TV. I really liked the content on G4 and Tech TV, and it really excited me, and that's what really made me want to get into kind of computer science and gaming and all that kind of stuff, and actually pursue that as a career. So I'm excited to see what comes out of this. I don't know, I think I read something on like their official website, like they're going to be a digital platform for creating content. I think they're going to have Attack the Show back. So those are all very exciting. Not going to be a traditional channel like it was back in the day, but they're coming back. So still kind of interested to see kind of what their model is and how their content will be produced and where it will be produced. So or what platform it will be posted to, because they already have a Twitch channel and a YouTube channel. So maybe they'll just have a 24-hour streaming on a specific website. So be interesting to see what they do and how they kind of incentivize and monetize their audience. Also launching this week, another game that you can play with up to 10 players now. Should be exciting. Jackbox Party Pack 8 is finally here. It launched this week, so very much looking forward to checking that out with some friends, hopefully sometime soon. The trailer I saw had all of the games. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but there was a murder mystery one. There was one where you like draw. There's one where you draw weapons and like that's how you kill people in this kind of murder mystery. So that looked pretty fun. Like I said, I did see the 10 players. So usually Jackbox has been an 8-player game. Now it's up to 10. So hopefully you can get more friends involved in those. Also, last but not least, they have a new Drawful, which is always the best game in any Jackbox, the one I have the most fun with at least. But this one will be animated, so you'll be able to animate your little drawing, which should be very fun. And I think they're doing this to kind of get in on the kind of meme and GIF culture of the world. So Jackbox, I think, has always kind of had their pulse on social media, and I think this is a good way for them to kind of continue to do that. Is just creating social media content. So should definitely be fun and something I'm looking forward to. And I just like playing all the games in Jackbox, so I can get some friends together to play that sometime soon. Last but not least, we got 2 gaming related movies coming soon. So, or not coming soon, but kind of in development. So Epic is working on building out a movie studio. So they're going to start diverging into that. And of course, they're working on a Fortnite movie. So that was kind of the big news this week, is that Epic is going into movies and they're going to be working on a Fortnite movie. So prepare your butts. All the kids are going to want to see this. So I'm curious how they'll kind of distribution work, if they'll actually be hitting movie theaters, or if it'll come to a specific platform like Hulu or Netflix. But I bet those details are still being worked out now, as Epic is still trying to build up their kind of media conglomerate and their movie studio. So they have said that they are developing a Fortnite movie. So whether or not this means live action or if it'll be kind of in that Fortnite art style that people know and love, it still remains to be seen. Should be interesting. And also, System Shock is actually getting a live action movie, which I think this is pretty good. I've always been a fan of the Shock games, so System Shock being the progenitor is definitely something. I think there have been plenty of games that felt like plenty of movies that have felt like System Shock. So definitely something I'm looking forward to. I think a nice thriller set in kind of a cyber underwater area should be very interesting. So looking forward to seeing what they do with a System Shock live action movie. That's it for the week. If you think I forgot anything, feel free to leave a comment down below, and always happy to talk video game news with anybody. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, follow, like, and subscribe to me on Twitch. You can see more great content like this. I'll have links down below in the description. Thanks again. I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend. I hope you have a super day. Bye!